Welcome. I'm the Deadwood Jedi, and today this is just a basic kind of a news announcements. There's been a couple little information coming out from the Diamond and Cirilla today, and then I kind of want to give you guys a quick little preview of what I've been working on lately, which has to do with my website actually. So I'm going to kind of show you guys that and talk about that for a little bit, and that's going to be it. It's going to be a nice short video, a little bit of information, a little bit of preview stuff, and then we're kind of gonna go from there. I haven't been making a lot of videos lately, and the main reason is because I've been working on my website trying to update some of the speed tune lists that we have. Also been working with a couple other really awesome raiders, helping me get my calculator more modern and a lot more user friendly and a lot simpler to be able to use. So been working on that the last couple weeks, which has taken a little bit of time out from doing videos and takeovers and stuff like that. But first thing, let's talk about some of the stuff that just got released today. So first thing I want to talk about today, guys, is this message that Cirilla released just a couple hours ago. Basically, it's saying that well, I'll just go through it really quick with you in case you're not on Discord. But it says, hello all, I would like to address the hacking issues everybody's been talking about lately. And we know what those are. Both the making dungeon runs super fast, as well as you saw, I believe there's a Cartman video where he was opening crazy shards, crazy champions out of different shards. We know that you're worried about the state of things in this game and in this aspect, so we would like to dismiss these worries and elaborate on several points. One, it's not possible to summon legendaries from green shards or void champs from sacred shards. Two, it is not possible to falsify champs' stats or artifact stats. Three, it is not possible to just receive champions on accounts out of nowhere. And yes, we do remember about Dracogate. Terribly regret it, but this is not about that. This is about players just adding heroes to their accounts by themselves somehow. And four, last but not least, we have fixed the exploit that allowed to complete any stage on any location in this game in seconds. The video that covers the first 3 points is not something that could happen in production environment. All the data and game algorithms are kept safe and sound on the side of the server, and we see to it that they are not compromised in any way. So essentially what they're saying, and this is what I got from the Diamond too, we all did, I should say, when he came back from his long weekend, that the video with the pulling of the shards, pulling legendary champions out of these green shards and void champions out of sacred shards, that it wasn't real, that was a fake video. So and I mean that's definitely something that can happen. I don't know, I don't speak Russian, so I didn't know the translation of what was going on there. I just saw what I could see. So I'm gonna go ahead and take their word on that. They seem fairly confident about that being the case, so I'm just going to go with that for right now. If I hear different, obviously you guys will too. The other thing that and so like that, I think that's at least the first 3 points on this, is that basically what was in that video is not possible, and it's not something that can happen again. I love the reference to Dracogate. I just like the fact that they acknowledge that they screwed up so bad in that situation. You gotta, we all screw up. And I think it takes a big person to be able to actually admit it and, reference it with a little humility and humor. So I respect them a little bit for that one there. I like that. And then point 4, where they're talking about fixing that exploit to complete any stage or location in seconds. I'm actually interested to see, because obviously this is out there. So we're going to see follow-up videos on this. There's going to be more information that comes out if this is in fact fixed. I guess I should say, if it's not fixed, if someone has really cracked it, then we're going to see more of those videos pretty shortly. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Hopefully they fix it up, and that would be great for everybody. I think we all would like that. So that would be great. The other thing I want to point out is this one. There's going to be a 10 times event tomorrow, guys. And look, literally everybody I know is on firm ground that you do not do 10 times event unless you're super whaled and you only need a couple of characters. You just don't do it. It's not worth it. The chances aren't higher. There's really no point to it. That said, I know a lot of people, and I think most raiders are probably in this camp, will open shards when they get them. They don't like to wait, and I get that. We all got that addiction. We all got that desire to get that little dopamine rush. Normally I would stay away from this, but this might be one of the best 10-time events I've seen. Every There's one champion that I would not want out of all these champions. Everybody else is pretty amazing. So tomorrow it's a 10 times for Vizier, Harvest Jack, Venus, Occult Brawler, Ursine Ice Crusher, in case you're wondering, that's the one I don't like, Stag Knight, Madame Ceres, and Sylar. These are phenomenal champions. I mean, phenomenal champions. I'm never tempted to do one of these, but I have to tell you, I'm a little tempted right now. There is a summon rush going on too today, so that is something else to be aware of. But just to give you an idea, Vizier is the best debuff extender in the game. He's phenomenal. I have him on my team now. He's in my clan boss team. Single-handedly gave me an extra, I would say, 4 million damage just putting him in. That's the one thing he does, but he does extremely well. I mean, he does some other stuff, but like that's pretty much his main draw. He's not a huge hitter, although I believe he can hit some work there, but like that is his biggest draw. Sylar is a fantastic champion, a little more niche, but she has AoE attacks on all of her skills. In this one, her A3 is especially good, where it puts a decreased speed buff on the enemy and decreases their turn meter by 40%. It's very strong, really good for things like for dungeons and faction wars, especially spider dungeons. She's really good. So she's definitely worth. She's a good legendary to get. She takes a ton of books though. That's really kind of the negative, is she does take a lot of books, but she's very good. Madame Ceres is the one I'm maybe most excited about. She is phenomenal. I mean, if you faced her in arena, you already know, but her kit is so crazy. A chance to place fear on her A1. She has a block debuffs on all allies and places true fear on the enemy on her A2. And then her A3 is removes all buffs from the enemies and put a decreased attack and decreased defense on them. The big version books down a 4-turn cooldown. She's phenomenal, and she has a chance to fear an enemy when they attack her. I want her super bad. She's very, very good. Looking at a couple of the other champs that are available, I think one of the ones that many of you, if you don't have, will be wanting desperately is Stag Knight, who is an awesome champion. Decreased speed on his A1, decreased defense and decreased attack on his A2, books down to a 3-turn cooldown. Passes okay. Takes a lot of books, but oh my goodness, is he good. I have him, I think, in almost every single dungeon. Every dungeon where he's not weak affinity, I have him in. And I have him in spiders where he's not like strong affinity, but he's phenomenal for that. He's phenomenal like all throughout the game. I use him in my arena team. He hits really hard. He's an excellent champion. Definitely somebody you might want to consider having. Let's see, who else we got? Is this Ursine Ice Crusher? Yes. So this is the one I don't like. Really low chance to play block cooldowns on his A1. It books up to a 30% chance. Increase crit or a decreased crit rate you can put on enemies. 100% chance of that, which is nice, but it's okay. It's an AoE. I think he maybe for arena, but I just don't see it. Does decrease the damage all allies receive from critical hits, and increases turn meter by 5% when enemies hit him, pretty much. Doesn't matter what kind of hit. I've not seen him used successfully. He is a defensive champ, so that's good. Not seen him used really effectively or successfully. Not to say that he can't, because I haven't played with him that much, but there's nothing in that kit that really screams out, ooh, I want him. So that's the only one that I'm like iffy about. Yeah, so Harvest Jack, he was an old fusion champion. You see him in arena a lot. He's very good. A1 has a chance of placing fear. And A2, this is the big one, places a block buffs, debuffs for 2 turns for targets under fear. I'm sorry, this isn't even the big one. But he removes a decreased attack and puts a decreased attack instead. Removes continuous heals and puts a poison instead. That's can be a really good one. But this is the big one. 75% chance, books up to 100% chance of placing true fear on your enemies. And also puts a decreased speed debuff and decreases their turn meter. It's just huge. And then he has a chance to play sleep if the fear isn't landed. He's so good. So good. Can single-handedly win arena fights with him. Yeah. And decreases buffs durations when he's attacked. Like, he's strong. That's a really good arena champion specifically. I don't know how well he plays in dungeons and other parts of the game, but in arena, he is beastly. Then you have an old school champ, the old school best poisoner in the game, a Colt Brawler, who's phenomenal. 50% chance of placing a poison debuff on his A1. His A2, if he basically... He has this crazy skill where he takes debuffs off himself and it gives him either more damage, an extra turn even, depending on the amount of debuffs he takes off. Very strong. But then his passive, he places a small poison on himself and then places a big poison on his enemy. He's amazing in Clan Boss. He's really good all around. He can actually hit really hard too, is my understanding with him. Very good champ. Low base defense, which makes him hard to gear up for Clan Boss, but for unkillable comps, he is the best in the game for that. Especially if you don't have a poison extender, because he can fill up a poison. He can fill up the debuff bar by himself. He's extremely good. I want more than anybody else. Let's see if I can't find her here. I don't know. I don't think she's there. I can never remember which faction she's a part of. Is it Sacred? Yeah, Sacred Order. Venus. Venus is maybe the number 2 champ that I want in this game. Sorry. The most number 2 champ that I could really, really use in this game. Second basically to Draco. But she has a very, very similar kit to Draco. She's extremely good. She doesn't hit extremely hard though. But my God. A1. 50% chance to put poison on. 2 attack on each attack, and attacks twice. A2, decreased defense and weaken, books up to 100% chance of putting a decreased defense and weaken the big version on all enemies. A3, 50% chance of placing an HP burn for 2 turns. So basically she has everything you want for Clan Boss. Poisons, HP burn, decreased defense, weaken. Huge kit. And then this one, when she's with Cupidus, removes all buffs from all enemies and gets a chance for an extra turn. Don't care about that so much. Her aura is really good. HP bonus in all battles by 33%. She's a fantastic champion. Fantastic. Second only to Draco as a poisoner in Clan Boss, I think. She would be phenomenal. So, whole point of all that is just to say, if you need one of these champions, this might be a good opportunity to pull them. Now, you can see I have a whole bunch of void shards. I'm going to be debating very hard where to pull this. I do not recommend pulling for this event, but I might do it anyway. It's one of those few times where it's like, it might be worth it. Look, none of these are the best of the best champions. I'd rather have Draco than Venus. I would rather have Draco than a Colt Brawler, for example. Madame Ceres is amazing. Maybe the second best epic in the game to Miscreated Monster. Maybe the best epic in the game. Vizier's phenomenal, but he's kind of a one trick pony. There's a lot to be said for pulling for this event, but I am hesitant to say this is absolutely the one you should be going for. Cannot say that I would recommend it for anybody else. So just something to consider. I don't want you guys, getting all pissed because you pulled and you didn't get anything. The chances are still really low to get any of this, and even a 10 times does not mean it's a guaranteed you're going to get one of these champions. But if you're just sitting on shards and you don't want to wait for that void event, and that void event I'm pretty sure is going to be the next one. It probably won't be for a few weeks, but it is probably going to be the next 2-time event. So, just weigh your options there. Keep it in mind. Want to let you guys know, give you that option. Last thing I want to show you guys today is this. I've been working on my speed tune list, and it's still work in progress here, but I've been changing the way it looks and trying to make it a little bit more accessible for you guys and easier to find stuff and complete. So I've been working on it. I kind of want to preview it, get your guys' opinions on it, see what you think, but basically I have a bunch of different tunes. They'll all be listed here, so you can just scroll down till you find the one. They'll kind of be in order of the speed ratio and the difficulty. So the simplest ones, like the basic standard ones, will be up front, and you'll be able to see like the specific type, like double counterattack or a slow tune. And then you can see where like where the double turns are for the 4-3 ratios, that sort of thing. And then yeah, and so like I'd have that type of stuff. And then if you click on here, it'll take you to a separate page that will detail it more specifically. It's a little slow right now as I'm still kind of getting it together. There's my editor page for my website. But you can see you'll have all the champion speed listed, have any videos that are key to using it, and then a basic guidance guide so that you have the instructions of how to go about crafting it. So that's kind of the idea of something I've been working on. I want to give you guys an idea. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, and this is why I've been putting a fair amount of energy into this. I'm not a technical computer guy, so I'm learning a lot of skills, but unfortunately it takes me some time to learn them. I do have a group too I figure I should let you guys know about. There's a few volunteer raiders that have, almost as soon as I put out the calculator, I got a lot of people saying, hey, can I help you make it better and improve it in this way or that way? So I do have them currently working on that. We're working on ways to be able to share comps, so you can just share the build, and you don't have to, you know, kind of, it becomes a lot easier as opposed to now where you're taking multiple screenshots to be able to show what you're doing. So that's one thing. You can just drop in a link and it should be able to share it. We're working on ways to potentially save it. I don't know if that's going to come out right away, but it is something that we are working on. Having an autofill with a lot of the champions. So when you click on a champion, it autofills with like their base speed as well as their skills. So you're not having to figure out exactly how do I use all these skills. There's still going to be some manual aspects. It's impossible to avoid that, I think. But we are trying to automate a lot of the prioritization and stuff. And it's going to be, once we do bring it out, which we're looking for in the next 2-3 weeks or so, once we do get it out, there is going to be some adjustment of trying to make the speeds just, you know, make it all work a little bit better and smoother for you guys. But I want to let you guys know it is something that is a high priority list of mine. It is something that, while unfortunately I don't have the personal technical skills to be doing it, I do have people, awesome people that are working on it, even as we speak, and they're making that a reality. So I'm very excited for where that's going to be shown. And when we bring that out, I really can't wait, because already I'm playing with some of the test builds, and it becomes so much easier. You're going to be able to see how the turn meter's working already, and the autofill feature just saves a lot of time. So it's very cool. It's going to be a lot more mobile friendly too, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hope you guys are excited about it. That's really all I have for the news. I guess the only other thing is that I am working on getting on Twitch. That should be coming out hopefully in the next week or two. I'll be able to start doing stuff live on there, which I'm really excited about. And I am in the second level of the content creator program, for whatever that means to you guys. The important thing is that I'm now able to give away some gems and stuff and hold some giveaways. So pay attention. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. It'll be something for subscribers that leave comments in the videos, is kind of the sort of thing I'll be doing. And it probably won't be this week, or maybe next week or some point. I'll bust that out so you guys are able to check it out, and I'll be able to pay you guys back for being so generous with me. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to do that video. It went a little longer than I was expecting as I went through all those champions, but I'm real tempted to start pulling some shards tomorrow. So you might get a shard video this weekend too. Anyway, guys, hope this was informative for you. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.